Sorry, that the reason why Merino started for Arsenal against City. I was watching Generation X yesterday. You know they use diagrams, they use still pictures and the rest. They said the reason why Jermaine therefore was there. That the reason why Arsenal started with that what's it called? With that formation with Merino is that they wanted to overload the right hand side. I was doing a video and sending to my guy Shola because he likes to argue very well. This is it. I was watching it yesterday. I was doing the video, sending it to my guy Shola. Look at Leroy, I was watching it. You can see, those of you that are streaming, you can see. I have it here. So before you say I'm making up stories, this is the lines that they are drawing. Yeah, this is the lines that they are drawing and all of that. You know. Now, they said the reason why Merino was played high up the pitch was because they wanted to overload the right hand side. So they were thinking City were going to come out and pour. So when City come out and pour, those pockets of spaces, Merino will occupy them to free Noni Madueke. Normally City don't sit back. So Arsenal came into that game targeting O'Reilly. That was why most of their play went through Noni Madueke in that first half. They came into, so the idea was to put O'Reilly under pressure by playing both Merino and Noni Madueke on his shoulder. And I remember I brought out a report from someone who was at the stadium who was saying that O'Reilly was complaining that he's had to mark two people because Merino was on his neck as well as Noni Madueke, so he was caught in between. He didn't know that he's been overloaded by Merino. I shared it because that was what I saw during the course of the game. So I'm surprised because when Arsenal came with that formation, all of a sudden City now played men across the back line, 4 men. So those pockets of spaces that Merino will be looking to go into, those pockets of spaces were no longer available. Then Arteta realizing it, know that okay, we can't play through these guys through those pockets because the pockets are not there. So in coming for the second half, he brought in a very easy, who can play make from deep and from high, who is a different profile to Merino. So what is the extent? What is all this talk of hands break on, and that? I really don't understand. Because Merino is, and he has never played as a DM for Arsenal. He's a CM and AM who even played as a striker last season. So how is a striker last season all of a sudden becoming a DM this season?
But the issue is when you put Mikel Merino and Ebere is side by side, two of them, you know who can give you more in attacking areas.
But again, listen. Let me tell you this, Nazir. Let me explain to you. If you are looking for a player to play in the pocket, it is Merino.
Yeah.
And in that game, they were thinking City were going to come up so they can have Merino fill in the pockets. But City didn't come up. So the manager realized, and immediately, if you are looking for somebody who can play through a low block, it's who? Ebere Eze. Yeah. So when you realize, so City are playing with a low block, oh yeah, Ebere Eze, finish them. How is that bad?
Yeah, it's not bad. And
besides, he made the sub, he didn't even persist to show you that. Sorry to say, let me cut short. To show you that he noticed it very early. He didn't even persist with Merino in the second half. Immediately he yanked off Merino. Yeah. Meaning, if he had known that City were going to play with a low block, he would have played with Ebere Eze. Yeah. So you have to react. Like I was saying that as a manager, you have to be reactive. Yeah, Merino is not a defensive player. He's not.
Yeah, he's not a defensive player because he has never played in defensive areas.
He's just a physical monster.
Exactly. But the thing is, just like I said earlier, when you put the two of them side by side, you know who is going to give you more in attacking areas. And just like I talked about that, was it on Monday, looking at those stats that came out that whenever Merino and Declan Rice start for Arsenal, in 10 games, they've only won one. Or one of those 10 games, I think it makes sense that maybe Mikel Arteta is putting the handbrake, so maybe the structure is more defensive than attacking.
Maybe, but again, listen. Since Rice came to Arsenal, he has always played as an LCM.
Yeah.
Merino have always played as an
occasionally.
Yeah. Maybe when Partey is not available, and then there was time he played in the CB position in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Now, this is about work up. This is about trying to make something work. There was a game Arsenal started with Merino, Zubimendi, and Odegaard. The game against the one they won that Odegaard went off with the shoulder injury.
That is against the one for Leeds United.
Leeds United. Yeah. Did you see Merino defensive nows in that game?
Yeah, of course. Because in that game they have a more attacking player in front of them. in front of Martin Zubimendi and Mikel Merino.
What I'm trying to tell you that it's about progressing the ball.
Yeah, it's about progressing the ball.
And then Rice is a carrier.
Yeah.
Rice is a carrier.
If Mikel Merino is going to play a little bit deeper than how he played against Manchester City, it's understandable and it's okay. Maybe
no, it wasn't deep.
Going to play.
Yeah. It wasn't deep. It was higher up the pitch.
But he's playing in his normal position, the position that we all know him playing for Arsenal. That is the central midfield, not the attacking midfield.
No, listen, no. Merino in that game, in the game against City, go and watch it. Like I watch Generation SZ. He was stationed on the LCM role. He was on O'Reilly.
But what if it was a very easy that was there?
That was why because if this was, you see, listen. If City had not played with a 4 in front of their 5, if City had not played with a 4, you don't need a carrier. Gabalwede, you see, I'm wearing your Manchester United jersey. You don't need a carrier.
Well, we need this weekend.
You don't need a carrier. I hope you understand.
I understand.
You don't need a carrier. You need somebody who is a line breaker. This is where the Spaniards come in. That's where Merino come in. Somebody who will pick up the pockets. Now, but when City refused to come out, City now still like that. I remember that coach that came to coach Samuel Ben said, the only way you can beat a low block is when you have a dribbler.
Yeah.
Arteta realized that City are playing with a low block. I said, okay, bring in a dribbler. The emphasis was that City were going to come out to play. City didn't come out. Because if City had come out, Merino would have finished them. Merino would have buried them. Anything that dare come out, Merino will finish you. Go and ask Madrid. He will finish you. Go back and watch Merino against Madrid. He finished them. If you come out to play, but when you realize, okay, you are not coming out. That's why most people always complain, but Merino will always play in the big games for Arsenal. Because they expect the big teams to attack. So when they attack, Merino will take up those pockets.
The problem is the big teams are not attacking anymore against them.
Simple.
That was the
Yeah. The big teams are no longer attacking. So now the same thing. So what you have to do now is you do what? You put Ebere easy.
Yeah, I think, and it was a good introduction.
Exactly. And it was very early.
Yeah, I think they showed that. Yeah, even if he things will go difficult for him after selecting his starting lineup, bringing up players from the bench, I think he's good at that, and he has showed exactly that against City, and he has shown his desire to go out and win that game, because bringing in Bukayo Saka and Ebere Eze in the second half immediately is a statement to anyone that, look, we are going for this game. And Arsenal did win for the game, but they couldn't score a lot of goals. They could only equalize at the latter stages of the game and then picked up a point. I think, this is going to be the conversation during the course of the season, because Arsenal have got a lot of quality. No matter where it is, even if it is on the bench or on the field, this conversation will continue because people will demand, Mikel Merino to go attacking because of the quality that he has got in the Arsenal team. I mean,
they've always been attacking.
Yeah, they've always been attacking. But the conversation will be there.
Now the conversation is about creating chances.
Yes,
which is not a function of what's it called now? This one is asking Merino against Liverpool. Liverpool defended against. Have you played the 750?
No.
Okay. Liverpool defended against Arsenal. We just said it now.
Yeah, they defended.
They played with a double pivot, so there was no hole for Merino to go in.
Denying the spaces.
If you deny Merino the spaces, but Ebere Eze will create the spaces. But you don't expect City to set up to deny Arsenal spaces. You expect City to try to impose themselves on Arsenal. But ironically, City didn't do that, and Arsenal had to immediately change their system and got a draw from that game.